I was asked in the comments whether I would consider purchasing another 579 Pete. So I'm assuming that they are asking if I would purchase one in 2024. I can say honestly that I would, but I would definitely get a 13 speed. I wouldn't go with the 10 speed. And it doesn't matter to me, Packard or Cummins. I hear a lot of talk about what Packard isn't. I've just not had those issues. I stay on top of maintenance, preventative and just maintenance that you have to do when things actually break. And I don't have the issues that some guys have because maintenance is the focus. Now, does it take up all of my revenue? No. But it does take a pretty penny, but I also run the truck consistently. So right now you see it with the airbags deflated and the landing gear down on the trailer. That's something I learned to do based on the fact that when you go in to the back of the trailer with your forklift, the guys that work here, they're reckless in my opinion. So one of the things I do when I check in is I take a quick glance. I already know what the weight should be, but I take a quick glance to see what type of forklifts these people are driving. If they're sitting down on these things that look like the little cars or whatever, forklifts, the heavy ones, those are very heavy. Those are like 7,000 pounds. So it's essentially like a car driving up on the back of your trailer. I don't want to put that type of slamming and bamming pressure on my airbag, especially at 400, 450 each. So we'll lower the landing gear, then we'll lower the airbags, and they can go crazy, which they typically do. That was kind of like a sidebar. Back to the truck. Yeah, I'd purchase another one. This one only cost me $65. I'd have to get one for $65 or less. Would I be interested in a pre-emissions truck? Yes. To me now it doesn't matter. Emissions, pre-emissions. I think that I learned a lot with emissions trucks. So I'm glad that I got one first. I learned a lot and I spent a lot, but I spent a hell of a lot less than some people because I was able to learn a lot faster dealing with my own truck. If you have an emissions truck and you just refuse to learn about how the emissions work on the truck, well, it'll be a nightmare to you. These don't like to idle. So if you have an emissions truck, I would highly suggest you also get yourself an APU. So I have an APU. Truck's idling now and we haven't been here long, but yeah, at night, that APU saves the truck from building up a bunch of carbon inside of the DPF filter from idling. So I might have to say the only reason that I would get another emissions truck is if I had an APU. And APUs, they come with their own special set of problems too. The APU, the way it's built, I would say has some flaws. But those flaws can be remedied and rectified if you get inside of it, start replacing a few of the cheap ass bolts that they use in manufacturing, replace those with some grade 8 bolts, the brass style bolts, the brass colored bolts, and you'll tinker and you'll do a few things and you'll figure out, okay, there's some small upgrades that Carrier could have done, but they didn't because it was probably cost effective for them not to. But yeah, I wouldn't get another emissions truck without an APU. But I'm not scared to get an emissions truck because I know I would get an APU, and I also know how to fix them. Not 100%. I'm not like a guru, but I can figure out issues. And one of the biggest issues with emissions trucks is you don't have software. So when you see the mill light come on or the check engine light come on, you're just in the dark as to what's actually going on. And the software is what informs you of exactly what's going on. And then when you see these codes, you can kind of troubleshoot from there. But without a source or reference, then you're just derated and you're coming out of a lot of money. So the key to the whole situation is going to be software. So there is an added expense with an emissions truck, but I'm not afraid of them. It's not something I would say, I'm not buying that, even if it's a great deal, because of DPF and SCR. Now, would I buy a pre-emissions truck? Absolutely. I own an 86 Chevy Monte Carlo. It don't get no more pre-emission than that. In fact, I intend to cut out the catalytic converters, straight pipe it. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I definitely would. I'd probably actually find those even easier to work on. And I like the old school look on some of them. I like the 379s. I like the, which one is that? Is it the Century? Yeah, I believe it's the Century. I like the Freightliner Century. I don't think I like the Columbia. I don't like the headlights on it. They got a Kenworth. It's ugly when it has the high top, but when it's a flat top, it's a pretty damn good looking truck. Can't think of the name of that truck, but you know the type I'm talking about. It looks stupid when it has the entire top part of the truck on there, but once it's got the flat top, that Kenworth looks pretty damn good. It's a pre-emissions truck. Yeah, so there's a few trucks. I would buy an International. I wouldn't buy a Max Force. I would not do that. But I would buy an International. I rode around in an International for 3 years on a quality lease. That was like, what was that? 8, 16, 24, 32. That's $3,200 a month. 3 years. I toughed it out like a fucking idiot. Man, old habits die hard, and some of us are really slow to pick up on what they putting down on the lease shit. That was the rip-off of a Century. I felt like I completely started over once I got that truck. But that's another sidebar. Yeah, I would buy an International. I don't particularly like all of the plastics and amenities that they have, but it'll do. And it'd be clean if it were mine too. I'd keep it clean. So I ain't against International. It's just gotta have a Cummins in it. And that's just the way that's got to be. Other than that, yeah, I think I answered the question. Would I buy the 579 again? Hell yeah. And I'd buy that one again. You see, mine is, it's like the others, but it's a little more unique. Those side skirts, when I first saw it, I'm like, it's not like the other trucks. It doesn't have the side skirts, man. I love the fact that it doesn't have the fucking side skirts. Me, I say my balls are out. because I got these chrome tanks, 125 gallons each side, and I got them both out on each side, and I love the way they look. I haven't polished them, and I did buy like these little black things that go on the front and back. They're like fake leather, except I bought the ones that didn't fit mine, so I didn't know the diameter of my truck. But yeah, I like the look. Now what I would like to do is get some chicken lights across the bottom there. If I put underglow under it, man, then you'd only be able to see all of the wires and hoses and all that, and I don't think that would be a good look for underglow. So I'll just get some chicken lights and slap them on the side. But I love the way the truck looks. As soon as he gets done, man, I'll air it up and it sits up tall. It's kind of slouching right now. Oh, sounds like they done. Sounds like they done, that means I'm done. Let me air it up real quick for you and then end this video. I'd get one with the screen too. I would like the screen. Not sure if those screens cause problems for people or not, but I haven't heard anything. Alright, let it do its thing. Looks like somebody's trying to call me in the middle of it all too. Yeah, I do all this so that I can keep from having to replace suspension parts. It doesn't take me nothing but a minute to lower the landing gear and drop the airbags. People ask me all the time, are you dropping the trailer? No, I'm not dropping the trailer. I'm just protecting my investment. Alright. Old Colonel Mortimer is sitting tall now. Still filling with air, but definitely still rising a little bit too, I can see. But yeah, there's the profile. Give you the low profile. Yeah, I like 579s. Anyway, I gotta go. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you.